What's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Dubs Boxing. All right, this video, I'm gonna talk about some upcoming fights. Friday, June the 12th. Coming off a slow week of boxing. This week is gonna be it's gonna be very busy. A lot of boxing, a lot of different platforms on Friday and Saturday. So I'm just going to break down what's going on Friday. Um, what I'm saying? You got some decent fights. You got some decent names that you heard of, I'm sure. Um, and what I'm saying, it's spread out through different networks. You got Showbox, they have a card. ESPN Plus has two cards on Friday, and then in the UK, well, Jeddah, the Saudi Arabia, the American card is gonna be free TV in the UK, so you might have to find a link for that one. But now I'm gonna break it down, start talking about some boxing. So let's get into the first card. Probably the most significant fight of the weekend. Um, you got Rob Brant versus Murata Part Two. The first fight last October. Murata he fought. He was the WBA regular champion. He fought Rob Brant in October in Vegas, and Rob Brant was the underdog. He put on the show. I think he threw over 1,000 and like 1,200 punches. He was just so active, very active with his jab, throw a lot of combination. He's basically overwhelmed Murata to win the world title. And it was a decent fight, man. What's up, Trey X? It was a decent fight. You know, Murata, he's been inactive since then, so this will be his first fight. What I'm saying, coming off the loss. So this he's gonna fight the rematch against Brand on Friday. It's gonna be in Japan. It's gonna have an early morning start. So I'm out here on the West Coast, so it's probably like 3 o'clock for me, and maybe 6 o'clock East Coast, something like that. So you gotta check your local listings, but it'll be on ESPN Plus. Rob Brant coming off a good performance in February where he defended his world title in his hometown, Minnesota. What I'm saying? He beat the guy from Eastern Europe. He dominated him, dropped him a couple times, put on a nice show, stopped him late in the fight. I think it was like the 12th round, 11th round when he stopped him. So he got a lot of momentum. His only loss was in the World Boxing Super Series, the first season, to the veteran German fighter Bramer. So Southpaw. So that was a tricky fight for him, and that was at 168. So now he's back at 160, and what I'm saying, he looking good, man. He's very active, man, throwing a lot of punches, and he overwhelmed his opponents. Um, Brandon's working with Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, great fighter from the past. So learn a lot of tricks of the trade. So I expect for this to be another good fight. Murata, uh, he does pretty well in rematches. His first loss was a highly disputed fight with Endom a couple years ago. Endom, he won a decision in Japan, which was kind of surprising because Murata, he's like a big star in Japan, Olympic gold medalist, and the fans love him over there. But in the rematch, he stopped Endom in 7 rounds and beat him up. So, and I thought he won the first fight against Endom. So he's shown that he does better in rematches. So it should be a good fight, man. He's fighting at home. So shout out to Brand for going over to Japan and defending his title. So so it's a lot at stake. For the winner, they'll probably get Jeff Horn if Jeff Horn come through his fight in August. So he been talking about getting that fight. I mean, that's a decent fight. What I'm saying? Big money fight for Rob Brant. If he win, he can go down to Australia and make some money. And Murata, he's a big star in Japan, so he can also make some money. So I'm looking forward to this fight. Like I said, this is gonna be an early start. So let me see. Yeah, Murata, he the one. Triple G won the fight, but he I think Brant was his mandatory. So if Murata would have beat Brand, he probably would have fought Triple G right after that. But they messed those plans up. That's around the time when Triple G was looking for a network, and Murata had lost. So Triple G decided to go to the zone. But even though if he signed with the zone, it still would have been cool for Murata to fight him if he would have won, because Murata in Japan, he with the zone. The zone is big in Japan. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different platform. Like most of all his fights was on the zone Japan. So he familiar with the company, so they will definitely improve that. So yeah. Um, Also on that card is a good little fight on the card. He's a 112 champion, WBC champion, Ken Sharada. He's a good fighter, man. Look out for him. He's on the undercard. He's gonna be defending his WBC title. All right, so another card uh, I want to talk about is going to come from Saudi Arabia. It's Amir Khan versus Billy Dib. Yes, the same Billy Dib that lost to Tevin Farmer last August for the 130-pound IBF vacant title. You know what I'm saying? He got dropped in that fight. Amir Khan coming off a loss to Bud Crawford. And really, he haven't been looking good to me. Even though when he fought Vargas in September, I believe he won every round except the round he got knocked down in, but he still looks shaky, man. He got dropped in the second round, I believe. But he dominated Vargas, but still. And then last May he dominated. He stopped Phil Greco in like 39 seconds. So Amir Khan, man, he's definitely past his prime. He's fighting a blown up 130 pounder and Billy Dib, former world champion. He was a world champion at 126. You know what I'm saying? So that just lets you know what type of fight this should be on paper. Amir Khan definitely quit against Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? It was a fight where I thought he would give Bud some trouble early, but Bud dominated. And I never seen Khan all box. You know what I'm saying? In all his fights, not against Devin Alexander, anybody that he fought, he never been all box. Now he been all punch. He been beat. He been beat to the mark. You know what I'm saying? Like Danny Garcia beat him to the punch and was able to hurt him and stop him, but he never been all box. So Bud Crawford definitely all boxing, beat him up, stopped him. So Khan is coming off that. This is like a money fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Them guys over there, they're about to make some big money over there. It's like a big event. You got Rick Ross over there. You know what I'm saying? So Khan should win this fight, but you never know. You never know. So this one to keep an eye on. Billy Dib is a tough fighter. He's durable, but this is not his weight division. So you know what I'm saying? We'll see. On the undercard, you got Henry Fury versus former world champion Sam Peter. You know what I'm saying? Sam Peter, like I said about Khan, he's well beyond his prime. I think he's like 38, 39 years old. You know what I'm saying? He lost his last fight on the Carissa Shields undercard against Hammer. He lost to a journeyman. It was off TV. It was on one of those Facebook cards. He lost that fight. Um, you know what I'm saying? Fury, he should be able to stop Sam Peter in this fight. Fury, one of those guys, he looked good against competition like this. He looked like he could be a world champion when he fight these guys. I mean, he got a nice jab, good movement, similar to his cousin Tyson Fury, but he tend to sit down his punches against guys like this. When he step up in competition, he's on his back foot too much. You know what I'm saying? Against and I point out Joseph Parker and Pulev. He was on the back foot. He tend to get cut a lot. So, but this fight, he should have a decent showing. He should be able to stop Sam Peter. So we'll see, man. I would like to see Fury step up in competition. Um, you know what I'm saying? Probably fight a top 10 guy, somebody like Charles Martin. That's a good fight. That's a good fight to see where he's at, to see if he can get back to the world title level. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Or domestic level. Maybe he can get the winner between DeBar and Gorman, or Dave Allen versus David Price coming up. So we'll see, man. And then you have bantamweight Prince Patel. He's fighting for the IBO championship. Now Prince Patel, he's kind of like a a poor man's low budget Prince Hassan Hamed. You know what I'm saying? He got his undefeated record. He can punch. I think like 19 over like 13 or 14 KOs. Haven't been too active. Kind of been out of the scene. Talk a lot of trash. Kind of brash. Young kid. You know what I'm saying? It's yet to be determined how how good he really is. He's fighting at bantamweight. That's 118, man. It's a lot of smoke there. So he's fighting for the IBO championship. So we'll see, man. See how he look. I definitely looking forward to see his fight though. All right, now I'm gonna jump into the showbox card. Um, you have a couple of young heavyweight prospects or contenders, prospects slash contenders on the card. We're gonna start out with Arlo Walden versus BJ Flores. Um, for you guys out there, y'all probably remember Flores was fighting at cruiserweight, getting stopped by Bellew and losing to Danny Green and shooting off. So um, he's a vet. He's touching 40, man. He shouldn't be a heavyweight, but he's fighting a big southpaw in Waller. I wasn't impressed with Fury when I called. Yeah, man, I'm not really impressed with him either, Trey X. You know what I'm saying? He looked good against this level of competition he facing Friday, but when he step up, man, he seems to kind of be too defensive. And he got skills. He got pop in the right hand. He just I don't know. I don't know. But Wallen is a 6'5" southpaw. You probably seen him. Well, you seen him briefly on Carissa Shields, Christina Hammer undercard, where the fight was stopped through a cut. These guys headbutt each other, and it was a no contest. So you really didn't see much of him. It happened in the first round. He's decent. He got some high world rankings. I think he's like top. I know he's top 10 in two sanctioned bodies. I want to say the WBA and IBF. He was on the short list to get uh, Anthony Joshua, but nobody really knew him in America, so that wasn't gonna play. But he was on the list. He's decent, man. He from Sweden. You know what I'm saying? Good jab. You know what I'm saying? He like to throw the uppercut. He can fight a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I like him. He's decent, but he should be. He should, if he want to make a statement in the heavyweight division, he has to go in there and stop BJ Flores. BJ Flores has been stopped by Tony Bellew, and yeah, Waller, he was on the Carissa Shields undercard, her last fight. He fought a guy, a former cruiserweight. They had a head clash, and they stopped it after the first round. So yeah, that's him, Trey. That's what you probably remember him from. So we'll see. The main event: Jermaine Franklin versus Jerry Forrest. Um, Grant versus Japanese guy. Yeah, that's Friday. It's on ESPN Plus if you're in the United States. Um, I don't know what's gonna be on overseas. It might be on the Zone in Japan. I don't know, or BT Sports. But Jermaine Franklin versus Jerry Forrest. Now this gonna be a good fight, man. Uh, Jermaine Franklin, he fought on Carissa Shields' last card too. He fought against damn, what's his name? The veteran Radell Booker. Booker was boxing him. You know what I'm saying? Franklin looked kind of sluggish in that fight. He came into his career heavy as 245. You know what I'm saying? Showtime did a little special about him and everything. So they try and big him up. If you think about it, he probably the best American heavyweight prospect. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Um, a lot of the prospects is from overseas or from Nigeria or from England. You know what I'm saying? Um, so he's up and coming, man. He's a good fighter, man. He's decent. He got good skills. Sometimes he loads up with his punches too much, and he telegraphed like the right hand and the hook, and he leave himself all balanced. He was getting all box and stretches of that fight of his last fight, but he was able to outwork his opponent and win a decision against him. But he's a good, strong kid. He can fight. Jared Forrest is a southpaw, and I think he's 25-2 with 19 KOs. His only two losses was to Gerald Washington early in his career, and he lost to Michael Hunter. You know what I'm saying? So we familiar with those heavyweights. So he can punch, man. So this, you know what I'm saying, be aware. It's gonna be a tough, scrappy fight. Jared Forrest, he's southpaw. He fights kind of similar to Luis Ortiz, kind of. He can be used in Deontay Wilder's training camp for Ortiz. Southpaw, kind of slick with it. You know what I'm saying? He got a little pop. You know what I'm saying? He's decent. So I can see Deontay bringing him in for Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? He's okay. You know what I'm saying, he's not a top 20 heavyweight, but he's scrappy. I think he's from Virginia, so salute to him. So this should be a good little tough fight, man. Both of these guys promise a knockouts, so you know what I'm saying. Hopefully they live up to the billing. So this is gonna be on Showbox on Friday night. So like I said, it's a bunch of fights, man, coming up. Like let me see. Not to sound pessimistic, but I wasn't. Yeah, yeah. See, I feel you. I'm with you, Trey. I wasn't impressed with him either. He seemed sluggish. He was forcing shots. He wasn't like. It seemed like whatever game plan he had, he wasn't. he wasn't sticking to it. You know what I'm saying? He's decent, but I would like to see him perform better in this fight. You know what I'm saying? He should be able to learn something against Booker because Booker is a vet and Booker can box. So hopefully he learns something and brings something different to the table, man. Showtime is putting him on, bro. So you know what I'm saying? I guess they got something in the future for him because they did a little 12-minute special about him. Uh, he signed with Salida Promotion. So if Carissa when her next fight, if he don't have a card on his own, he'll probably be on her undercard. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, he got to step up, man. He talking about he's the next best heavyweight in America behind Deontay Wilder. So that's big. You know what I'm saying? That's a big shoes to fill. So hopefully he can step to the plate and perform well. You see Thurman is now the underdog and the odds against Pat. No, I ain't know that, man. Yeah, we can talk about that for a second, but that's Friday, man. So y'all go check that out. I'm gonna run it down again. Then I'm gonna touch on that Thurman Pack real quick. So ESPN Plus early in the morning from Japan, you got Rob Brant versus Murata Part Two, and then you got another ESPN card that night that morning. It's gonna be from England, but it's some decent fighters on there, but nothing really to speak on. Then you have Amir Khan. He's fighting in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. You might have to find a link for that. He's fighting Billy Dib. And then Showbox later that night, you got Jermaine Franklin versus Jared Forrest, Aldo Waller versus BJ Flores. So just keep an eye on that. But yeah, Thurman versus Pacquiao, man. Yeah, man. I think that's a good fight, man. I see Thurman all boxing him, man. To be honest, um, I know Thurman. A lot of people see the thing is I hear a lot of people talk about that Thurman hasn't looked his best in his last three fights. But his last three fights, I mean, especially the two before his layoff, those are some tough ass fights. I never seen a lot of people look good against Danny and Sean. If y'all have, put it in the chat because I haven't. I can think. Let me see who looked good against Danny and Sean. Hmm. I haven't seen nobody, and those is top level welterweights. So, and I thought he beat both of them. And I thought the Porter fight was close, and I thought he beat Danny he beat Danny 8-4 because I thought Danny he started too slow and he tried to get back in the fight too late. But this fight with Pacquiao, man, it's interesting because Keith like to start off fast, man. If you notice, he's gonna step to Pac and he's gonna be there in range to exchange with Pac. Now whether what I'm saying he keep that aggression and push Pac because he gotta push Pacquiao back. Pacquiao don't fight well going back. You know what I'm saying? He have to get his jab going and he have to be ready to exchange with Pac. And what I'm saying, just be prepared for his angles. And once Pac stop punching, that's when he need to start punching. Or he can block some of those shots. Some of those shots, it'd be just flurries. Pac might hit you one or two times, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I think Thurman can pick up on some things that AB did in that fight. While AB didn't let his hands go once again, but AB was very sharp that fight. He was sharp. I didn't think he won that fight, but he was sharp. He was in spots. He was there to counter Pac. Every time Pac was throwing, he was there to counter him, but he was just throwing it short. He wasn't really committing to his punches. But Thurman is a different beast. Thurman going to commit to his punches. Thurman gonna want to put some work on Pat. He's not gonna be too defensive oriented like AB was. So I think it's gonna be a difference there. I can see AB all. I mean, excuse me. I can see Thurman all boxing him, man, beating him like 8 rounds to 4. He's gonna implement some of the stuff AB did, some of the stuff Floyd did. I think he's gonna try to push Pacquiao back. Pac gonna be Pac. You know what I'm saying? Pac gonna win some rounds. He gonna do his thing. Um, we'll see, man. It's an interesting fight, man. It's a fight to me that Thurman should win at this stage of their careers. To me, I think Thurman should win this fight. If you watch the Josecito Lopez fight, he was winning every round until the seventh round. He won every round. He dropped him in the second. He was boxing him. His jab was nice. He got good movement. I would like to see Thurman kind of be more aggressive early and keep that aggression throughout the fight. You know what I'm saying? And then if he feel like he got a good lead, box a little more down the stretch. But I think the first half of the fight, he should try to push Pac back and you know what I'm saying, try to catch Pac in some combinations. You know what I'm saying? I think Pac gonna be a little hesitant this because Keith can punch, even though he haven't stopped nobody in a while, but he has hurt everybody he been in the ring with. You can go back and watch the fight. He had Sean hurt, you know what I'm saying? He had Danny hurt in the first round, had him off balance, hit him with that big right hand while he was throwing the hook. He dropped Josecito Lopez, Ruben Guerrero. He stopped Collazo. Yeah, Collazo got hit him with a good body shot, but he shows championship quality because he got that body shot. He didn't go down. He sucked it up, and then like the next round, he stopped Collazo. So a lot of people underestimate Keith Thurman because him ducking Earl Spence, and they forget about how good a fighter he is, and they basically judge him off of that. But in the ring, he gonna be a problem for Pac, man. Um, so that's why I say I'm going with runtime too. He actually showed that. Yeah, I thought he did. He had a good jab against Lopez. Yeah, Pac hit harder than Lopez. Yeah, that's true. He does hit harder. But the thing about Lopez, you gotta give him some credit. He came to fight. You know what I'm saying? I know he been stopped by Canelo and all these different guys, Madonna. But when you hungry and you come to fight and you had a good game plan and he kept attacking. Even though he was getting all boxed, he kept attacking. Like you gotta account for that. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Brandon Adams. People was down to him because he won the contender. He got stopped in 2 rounds against John Thompson. He lost to William Monroe. They call him a reality star. But he came to fight. And when a guy come to fight and was coming to win, even though I felt like he didn't win no rounds, maybe one or two, like you gotta give him some credit. So you can't say, oh well, what I'm saying, you can't downplay this fighter for winning all these rounds and not knocking him out when this guy came to fight. Some guys, what I'm saying, this came to fight. Charlo hit him with everything. No uppercuts was crazy. Same uppercut he hit J-Rock with. You know what I'm saying? He hit Brandon Adams with, he ate it and kept coming, smiling and kept coming. So Lopez came to fight that night. And of course, Pac hit harder than him, yes. But Pac, I think this fight, he gonna have to use this jab. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to cut the ring off. If Keith come out boxing, he gonna have to cut the ring off, and he gonna have to be more active. He have to be more accurate. Because when he fought AB, he threw a lot of punches, but he was missing a lot. But he did, the thing was he overwhelmed AB because AB didn't throw no punches. So what I'm saying, if AB was a little bit more active, he was there to counter him. He was sharp that night. So I think Pac, he just have to be more accurate, place his shots. If he get Thurman in trouble, he gonna have to, what I'm saying, try to stop him, try to put him down. You know what I'm saying? I just favor Thurman in this. Like I see Thurman. Thurman got the better legs to me at this stage of his career. I think at this stage he's probably the bigger puncher, even though Pat can't punch. I wonder if Thurman gonna be at awe. See, that's another thing to take into account when you fighting a legend like this. Will you be at awe? You know what I'm saying? Would that take away your confidence in the beginning of the fight? You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But it's definitely a good fight, man. That whole card is dope. You know what I'm saying? It's some good fights on that card. I'm looking forward to it. July got a lot of big fights, man. But I'll probably come back tomorrow and do the breakdown of Saturday's card. You know what I'm saying? Touch on those. There's some good fighters. I'm looking forward to see Shakur Stevenson fight and a lot of people. Josh Greer Jr. fight. So I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow, though, man. Pac shouldn't win this fight. He's 40. He'll be 41 in December. So it's still a good fight, man. Good fight. I'm looking forward to it, though. But I'm about to roll, man. Thank you guys for sticking out with me, man. I appreciate you guys, man. I'll be back tomorrow, man. So I'm out, yo. Y'all be easy.